As more people get easy access to unmanned aerial vehicles, commonly called drones, there are serious concerns about flying them into private or restricted airspace, such as over the White House, which is a bad idea. One company has figured out a way to keep drones out of restricted areas using technology to disable them in midair.
A jammer is actually a product that's used to defend against unwanted drones. An individual can take the drone out using the jammer by going out into the field, pointing it at the drone itself, and interrupting the signal between the pilot and the drone itself.
I made my way to Warrenton, Virginia to meet the development team at DroneShield, a two-part system that starts with listening for drones.
The first step is detection. How does that work?
We look for very specific characteristics to, sounds that the drone makes that don't sound like other things in that environment. We'll split the sound up into different frequencies, and we'll look for telltale signatures of the drone. The system operates unattended, so it'll be totally automatic.
DroneShield uses sensitive microphones to monitor vulnerable areas.
So here we have an array of 4 parabolic dishes. These are our long-range sensors. Each one covers about 30 degrees. So these 4 will cover 120. And then you need 3 of those, like in a kind of a triangular configuration to look everywhere. So with this array, we're kind of looking out to into these fields here.
DroneShield's microphones can capture sounds from over half a mile away, and they've amassed a library of drone sound profiles to easily identify encroaching craft. The next element in DroneShield's arsenal is this, the high-tech tool used to disable a drone.
This is a serious-looking device here. What is this?
So this is our jammer. Here we have antennas, so just directional antennas mounted on an M4 rail. So looks dangerous, but there's no actual projectile coming from the end of it.
Okay.
Just the antennas are doing the hard work.
Drones are piloted from a distance using radio frequency signals called RF, or GPS coordinates, or a combination of both. It's those control signals that DroneShield is trying to confuse and jam.
Once you've got the drone in your sight and you pull the trigger, how long do you have to stay on that drone to disable it?
So it depends. Once we pull this trigger, it's actually going to countervail the action of the drone itself. It's going to interrupt the RF signal. So if we're just doing the RF signal, we're going to have to keep on it as long as we want to make sure it gets that go-home signal. But if we're jamming the GPS and the RF, it's going to go ahead and we're going to keep the sight picture as long as possible to get it out of the sky.
We took the jammer outside for a little takedown demonstration.
All right, so what you see here is we have a drone in our picture. We're gonna activate the RF jamming capabilities, all right? When we come up, we're gonna get that drone and put it in our sight picture. By that, I mean put it in the scope. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull that trigger. And once we pull the trigger, you'll see jamming the GPS and the RF. We're gonna guide it right out of the sky.
So that's you bringing it down.
That is.
So you just took control of the drone from whoever was controlling it out there.
That's the game plan.
Wow.
DroneShield's technology is used to protect airports, critical infrastructure, and commercial venues, like stadiums. In the US, it's only available to federal government agencies, but DroneShield is lobbying to make it available to state and local authorities in the future, in an effort to make all of us just a little bit safer.